Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, then welcome. Today's pick a card reading is, what have they realized about you? In front of me, I have 3 different options, each with a different image and number. Choose the one that really calls out to you. This is group 1, group 2, and group 3. Okay, let's get started. Hey, group number 1. Okay, so what have they realized about you? So I get the impression that you and this person, you could have been romantically involved with each other to some capacity, but whether or not, I do feel like feelings were involved. Okay, even if just you and this person were just crushing on each other. Something happened and you both went from feeling like on top of the world, your best selves, like anything is possible, to all of a sudden it's like now you're both cold with each other. Okay, like if you do interact with each other or see each other or talk to each other, I'm just getting it's very icy vibes, very cold. So now you're both kind of off doing your own thing, acting as though like you're both fine without each other is what's coming through. This person is really like, especially I'm seeing like diving into work, or if they're in school or work and school, just anything that they have going on. They're really fully giving that their full attention and focus right now. Kind of like acting like you don't exist. They might even be entertaining somebody else, okay? But I'm getting 2 messages here with the Queen of Wands. You could also be seeing you like that, okay? And if you're a guy, just flip that and make it work for you. But yeah, just somebody who appears like they're living their best life. You look they always find you attractive, but you just look like you've got it going on, your charismatic self, But like I said, they could also be trying to entertain someone that reminds them of you. Okay, that's like how I'm linking this together. And they're trying to play it so cool. Okay, like they're coming across as a mixture between the King of Swords and the Knight of Wands. Okay, very like poker face, not going to reveal any emotions, just cool, calm, and collected, being ruled by logic, Even though energy doesn't lie, and I still see that this person definitely is curious about you. They're definitely checking out your social media if you have it, okay? I don't care if they're entertaining somebody else. I still see them seeing you as like the Queen of Wands. Again, if you're a guy, make that work for you. And, if this is a girl you're wondering about, again, flip the King of Swords and Knight of Wands to make it work for you. But yeah, okay, so they're going to act like, so they're coming across right now like they're cool, calm, collected. They're not going to show any emotion. They could even be acting like, life of the party. They could be going out partying. That doesn't have to be what that's about, but that could be for some of you, okay? I'm just getting a very non-committal energy, but also coming across like they're just having the time of their life, Basically, they're not putting on a pity party. There's no evidence of them revealing how hurt they actually are. Definitely wouldn't be surprised, though, seeing now the 3 of Cups next to that. If they weren't going out, hanging with friends, celebratory energy. Definitely could be partying. Either way, it doesn't matter. The energy's representing them living it up, basically, and looking like, they're coming across like anybody would be lucky to get a chance with them. Okay, that's the vibe that they want to come across like. Meanwhile, they truly feel, when they do honestly acknowledge this, because I do feel like they're in denial even as a way to cope, that their fairy tale that they felt with you, doesn't matter how short-lived it was, doesn't matter if it had a label or not, they truly felt like reality was a fairy tale when with you. That fairy tale has been flipped upside down. Okay, that's what I'm seeing. And I do feel like deep down they really want to make it right. I do feel like it's coming across like they're putting on a facade, okay? In order for them to convince themselves that they're okay, things are going to be okay. They don't have to have anybody, that kind of vibe. But deep down, I honestly do feel like they wish both of you could put your pride aside and talk to each other, like a heart-to-heart conversation, and be transparent with each other. But they don't know. They don't know if that's going to happen, and they don't know if they're going to be the first to do that, and they realize that if they're not, they may not hear from you. But then again, they might, and they might be holding out for that. So right now, you're both kind of playing it like, you're both off doing your own thing, living a full life without each other. But at the same time, I feel like you both want to make things right deep down. Okay, group number 1, this is what I see for you. If this resonates, let me know in the comments. And if it does, don't forget to give it a like. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, feel free to anytime. You can email me. That information's right here. Also, if you would like discounts on my personal readings and exclusive content on the connection with the person on your mind, feel free to join my Patreon. Also, if you like trendy apparel and accessories, make sure to check out my store linked in the comments and description. Thank you all so much for being here. Bye, guys. Hey, group number 2. Okay, so what have they realized about you? Okay, so immediately what I'm seeing is that it's possible that you and this person could have gotten into it with each other. Okay, I'm seeing some kind of a conflict. And if you don't feel like that's it, it could be as simple as like not seeing eye to eye with each other. Okay, some kind of a disagreement. And I feel like this person's diving into work as a way to deal with this. But, it's like they're not doing themselves any favor by not facing the pain that they feel. Okay, I do feel like they feel hurt. So, it's coming across like you and this person were romantically involved with each other to some capacity. Doesn't have to be, of course. You can have feelings for someone even if you're not with them, especially if you guys have been talking and seeing each other, and seeing, I mean like in person, like a lot. Some of you could work with this person. I'm just getting like you and this person did or do see each other a lot. So it's like, the more that happened, the more feelings developed, whether you two were together or not, is what I'm seeing. And they're just not facing it. The one thing, though, that is coming through is like when things were good between you two, it was like the Sun card upright, which is the most positive card in the deck. It's like, they just felt like so happy, and now that you two aren't in communication or you're not seeing each other, and like I said, like for some of you, it's going to be like some kind of conflict. And for others of you, you just might not even see each other anymore. Like somebody, just as an example, if you two work together and then now one of you isn't there anymore, or now maybe you two don't, it could be like that. I just feel like the sunshine is gone, they don't feel that happiness that they felt with you. So now they currently have this vibe of like, this is interesting. Like if you guys aren't friends on social media, they could be trying to find you on social media. Okay. They just want some way of connecting with you and bridging the gap between you two is what I'm seeing. Another thing is coming through though. Okay. So for those of you that you definitely had conflict with each other, this person felt overwhelmed and overburdened and like they wanted to jump ship, basically. They didn't want to, but they did, okay? But now they've gotten clarity since not being together. For the rest of you that didn't get in conflict with this person, what I'm seeing with this card here is this person could be stressed about work or finances, and that could even be playing into like how they're talking to you, if they are talking to you. Okay, just something isn't quite going right. Okay. But I do see clarity coming to this person, whether it's those of you, the scenario is you were in conflict or this person's dealing with a lot at work. I do see clarity coming. But it's like, until things start moving along, whether that's as far as your guys' connection goes or even things improving with work or finances, this person is still overall in like a state of restless agitation is like what I'm getting here. But I do see as the outcome card, it's like this person's got to keep the faith, you know, because if they keep moving forward, especially with this new found clarity that they have, it's like, you know, Ten of Pentacles is great. I feel like in regards to you guys as well as their job and finances. Okay, so this is about what they've realized, and I do feel like on some level this person is realizing what I'm saying, but it's coming to them in bits and pieces. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know that they've had this full-on realization yet that things are going to be okay. They're going to look up, like the sun is going to metaphorically shine again for them. But, you know, it's kind of like also saying, though, this person's kind of all over the place. I'm realizing as I'm reading this for you guys. But it's like they've got to like ground themselves and get clear, okay? And like, if you guys are giving this a go, like really they've got to give this a go, you know? And when it comes to their work and finances, it's like, well, it's showing to keep the faith. You know what's also coming through here, though? The more I tap into it, the more I feel like this person feels like they're not where they want to be at financially. And I honestly feel like they feel like if they were, all of a sudden they would be confident with pursuing you. Okay, so I do feel like they're realizing like that's part of the reason like why they're holding back. That's going to go for whoever it resonates for. This is a general reading, so like the reason's going to be different for all of you, but that's coming through for some of you. And I feel like you guys are going to be like, hey, you know, like you would be with them during the journey, but, you know, this is something this person has to like realize. Like I said, they're realizing it, but to what extent? They still feel like, you know, they would be more their confident self if they were where they wanted to be at. It's a journey, you know, process. Okay, group number 2, this is what I see for you. If this resonates, let me know in the comments. And if it does, don't forget to give it a like. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, feel free to anytime. You can email me. That information's right here. Also, if you'd like discounts on my personal readings and exclusive content on the connection with the person on your mind, feel free to join my Patreon. Also, if you like trendy apparel and accessories, make sure to check out my store linked in the comments and description. Thank you all so much for being here. Bye, guys. Hey, group number 3. Okay, so what have they realized about you? Okay, so right away, it's coming across that you and this person could have been romantically involved with each other to some capacity. And I feel like when all was right with you guys, like everything was amazing. And then it's coming across like something happened and you two ended up breaking off from this connection. And it was like going through a breakup. Okay, that's what I'm seeing. And both of you are trying to make sense of that and make sense of your life right now. Okay, so there is a part of this person, though, that does have a fighter-like spirit, okay, and wants to keep fighting for this connection with you. But there is a bit of caution when it comes to moving forward. I'm honestly getting the impression that this person, I'm getting like they could have gotten really angry with you, okay, and had some kind of an outburst. You guys could have gotten like a fight. And now I'm just getting this feeling of like they feel like ashamed, okay? Like they really felt like when you guys entered their life, you were a dream come true, okay? You were like everything they want in a person. And I'm just getting that this person feels like they regret messing things up with you, okay? So even though they feel like they mess things up with you, there's still a part of this person that is coming across as being more emotionally immature than you are. And they feel like they're the victim, okay? So they have both going on there. And I see that they're taking this time apart from you to build up their confidence again. Okay, because they felt completely like emotional and out of control. with that interaction with you where they had that outburst, okay? And I do feel like they feel bad about it. And they do want to make things right with you. In fact, during this time apart, they've had this full circle realization of just how much you meant to them, okay? And like I said, like, they do feel like they dreamt you into existence. You are literally what they wanted in a person. But they do wonder, like I said, like they have that fighter-like spirit, especially when it comes to something that they want. So there is a part of them that does feel like you guys could give this another chance and still, you know, make it work. But there's also that bit of caution that's coming through, and that's because they have no idea how you're going to respond. Okay? You guys could end up like, no. You know what I mean? Just flat out no. And they don't know. Like, they have no idea how you're going to react. And so currently they're coming across like they're on the outside looking in on you and your life, especially if you have social media. They could be trying to get a read on you. You know, do you miss them? Have you moved on? Is there any sign of anything? But all in all, though, I don't feel like they can really gauge a lot from that. And so they feel like they're in the dark and just trying to make sense of life while still feeling connected to you. But as I'm diving into this even deeper, I'm also getting, though, you know, that part of them, and only take it if it resonates, like it is coming across that it's possibly like a karmic relationship, okay? Like this person could be drawn to this connection because they feel like they messed up so bad that they really want to make things right with you. Like that would make things right in their world again. And they could be confusing it with like equating that with getting back together in a relationship, okay? But, you know, that's going to go for those that it resonates with. That's not going to be all of you just because it showed up in your reading. For some of you, you could be meant to be, okay? But yeah, that's what I'm seeing, though, is this person definitely still wants to give this another chance and make things right with you. They just right now are cautious because they have no idea, like, how you'll respond. Okay, so there is a part of them that, like, wants to see if they'll hear from you first, but they also realize that that may never happen and that they may have to take that chance and risk getting rejected and hurt again in order to see if you guys could give this another chance. Okay, group number 3, this is what I see for you. If this resonates, let me know in the comments. And if it does, don't forget to give it a like. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, feel free to anytime. You can email me. That information's right here. Also, if you would like discounts on my personal readings and exclusive content on the connection with the person on your mind, feel free to join my Patreon. Also, if you like trendy apparel and accessories, make sure to check out my store linked in the comments and description. Thank you all so much for being here. Bye, guys.